وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى أهله وأصحابه ومن اهتدى بهديه واستمسك بسنة إلى يوم الدين. سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا ورفعنا بما علمتنا وارزقنا علما. الحمد لله على كل حال. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Glories and adoration are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask of His peace and tranquility to be upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and those who follow their footsteps to the day of Qiyamah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our faith be firm in the deen of Islam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enrich us in faith. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to bless our struggles. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to assist us in fulfilling our good intentions and let us far from those that are evil. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all the dead Muslims, those that have died before now, those that have been buried, those that are still on the unburied, and those that we know and those that we don't know. Our parents, those of us that have lost our parents, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to count them among those whom is going to grant Jannah in the day of Qiyamah. And those of us who still have them with us, or both of them with us, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to support them, assist them, enrich them in faith, enrich them in health, enrich them in wealth. May Allah let them end with this one successfully. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us end with them successfully. When our time of death comes, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should not take us until we're in His place with them. The forthcoming election, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us in the choice or in our choices that we are going to make. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us among the best. Among them, may Allah choose the best for us. Those that we think from our mind, from our own discretion, they are going to be better, they are going to be best. If they are the one, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let them come. And if they are not, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choose better one for us. Our insecurity of this country, Allah, the security operatives have failed. Everybody has failed. Allah, you are the only one that cannot fail. Oh Allah, assist us in taking care of the insecurity of this country. Allah, economy of this country, everybody, all the plan, all economists, professors, and whatever they have the plan in order to assist the country in stabilizing its economy. They have failed. Oh Allah, you are the only Lord that can never fail. Oh Allah, assist us in restoring our economy to balance. Whatever we think that is our problem in this world or in this country, oh Allah, you are the only one that can solve the problem. Allah assist us in solving the problem. Allah assist us in solving the problem. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us beneficial knowledge. Inshallah al-Kareem, if you will remember last time we actually discussed on in our first sitting in our prayers, those that are more than two, they are divided into two categories. We have first sitting and we have the sitting for Salama. I think we have discussed all this and how should we do where do we place our hands, how do we do our this thing, how do we place our hand, and what are we expected to do? Is it for we to be looking at elsewhere, or should we be looking at or the hand on the nails, and are we supposed to shake it or we should leave it balanced? Malam has told us all this in our last discussion. Now today, inshallah, Malam now told us that in that sitting, there's what we are expected to do. They call it tashhud. Malam now want to tell us how do we now do the tashhud? What is the tashhud? What is the modality of the tashhud? Malam says sigatul tashahudin wa du'a ba'daha. The how do we do the tashhud, the sifa, the description of the tashhud and prayer after it. What is the tashhud and how do we do the tashhud and what do we do after the tashhud? Malam said what tashahud wajib. Tashhud is compulsory. In Madhab Malikiya, what is compulsory is sitting. The tashahud is not sitting, it's not compulsory. According to them, that's why they said wajuluthul thani, the wajuluthul awwal. They said in fact the first sujood as far as Malikiya is concerned, it's not even compulsory. Because as they are going to bring issue about tashahud, they say what tashahud thaniya, they say kadaru. They say kadaru ma fihi assalamu alaikum. So it means what is compulsory in Mazhab Malikiya in terms of tashahud is what is salama. Even the tashahud itself is not what is not compulsory. That is what the mazhab of Malikiya. But it is recorded that all the sitting of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he actually used to do what? Do tashahud. Since he does tashahud, it becomes what? It becomes compulsory. It becomes sunnah, and what? The sunnah that's what? That's firm. Because there's no any author or any hadith that has indicated that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did prayer without tashahud. Balma, when he does prayer without tashahud, he do what? He do what? Sujood sahwi. That means that tashahud is what? Is strong, is emphatic. So we cannot now say the tashahud is not what? It's not compulsory. Now Madam said at-tashahudi wajib. Tashahud is compulsory. Madam said idha nasiyahu sajada sajadatayn sahwiya. He said if you forget it, that means it's not now deliberate now. If you forget the tashahud, you do what? You do sujood sahwi. You do sujood sahwi. Because why? It is what? It is compulsory. Madam said, wala yushiru. Madam said, wayakra'u sirran. And it is supposed to be recited in silent. In silent. Tashahud is not to be recited and somebody will be hearing you. Although, you know, azkar in its entirety, somebody is not expected to do just sit down, mute. You are not shaking, your tongue is not shaking, your voice is not hard. It's not expected. Azkar is not expected to be that. At least when you are doing azkar, your tongue is expected to be shaking. Astaghfirullah. It's not. You are not expected to shout for people to hear you. But at least your tongue, there should be emotion in your what? In your azkar. Likewise, your tashahud, your tahiyyah, you are not expected to be mute. Your tongue is expected to be what? To be shaking. Because it's an action. Azkar is an action. There is supposed to be what? Movement. In what? In your azkar. So you are expected to what? To be shaking your what? Your tongue at least in your tashahud, but it's what? In silence. It's silent. It's not in total silence. No talk, no movement. You just move, and you are now assuming it in your mind. You are assuming the tahiyyah. That's how it's supposed to be done. You are expected to be what? They are expected to be what? Movement of one part of your body, which is what? Your tongue. Wallahu a'lam wa a'lam. Now, when was sigatuhu, and the siga, the words of atayya is what? Is atayyatu lillah wa salawatu wa tayyibat. Atayyatu lillah wa salawatu wa tayyibat. Assalamu ala nabi wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadallahi salihin. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. This is the siga of tahiyyah. If you follow up, some of us, this one is not what we're used to, right? We're used to atahiyyatu lillah, azakiyatu lillah, atayyibatu salawatu lillah, assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiy. I am sure I have recited 75% of some of us here. How we used to do our tahiyyah. True of us. That one is not wrong. Atahiyyatu lillah, azakiyatu lillah, atayyibatu salawatu lillah, assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiy. It's not wrong. It's another type of tahiyyah. But this one is what is recorded Prophet ﷺ used to. Atahiyyatu lillah wa salawatu wa tayyibat. Assalamu ala nabi. Not assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. And it is what? It's not what? Atayyatu lillah, azzakiyatu lillah. There's no zakiya in this one. Do we now understand? Yeah, well, if you go to Malam is playing Umdat al-Hakam now. Maybe when Malam goes to Sifatu Salah, when he goes to Sifatu Salah, there's possibility he will give us all these riwayat. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assist him in the knowledge, I will hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will assist him in the knowledge. Because there are some riwayat of different tashahud in the book is reading. I'm very sure if time permits him, he will tell us maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of what? Of the siga of Tahiyyah. But the one that is recorded, Prophet I'm used to, is this one. Atahiyyatu lillah wa tayyibat, our salawatu wa tayyibat. Then assalamu ala nabi. Not assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. So that is the siga. Atahiyyatu lillah, salutation unto you, O Allah. Salutation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what? Is praises. You praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa salawatu wa tayyibat. As salawat is also what? It's also praise. It's also praise. Wa tayyibat, purity. Purity belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So purity means you have distanced Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from all kind of weaknesses. All kind of weaknesses. Allah said, Inna Allah tayyib la yaqbalu illa tayyib. Allah is pure. What is the purity of Allah? He has no child, he has no partner, he does not do mistake, he does not cheat. Those are what we call the purity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You distance Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from all kind of weaknesses. Allah has no wife, Allah has no child, Allah has no support, Allah has no assistance, Allah has no friend, Allah has no what do they call supporter. There are people that make him stronger. He has no godfather, he has no godson. All this you take them away from Allah. That's called what? At-Tayyiba. Allah is pure. Allah is far away from all weaknesses. Is far away from what? From mistakes. These are what we call At-Tayyiba. At-Tayyiba. So you now said Allah, you give Allah all the purity. Anything you think it is weakness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is far from it. Allah is far. Allah does not do mistake. Somebody will just come and say, Kai, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be a Nigerian. Now to say he has mistakenly brought to Nigeria. Maybe they put him in China, he will just freeze and die. Or they put him in America, they will put him among those that are in Guatemala. Maybe he will be in prison. When he's in Nigeria, he has the freedom, he's going everywhere. He will go to soccer, he will go to where they are playing football, he will watch football, he go to market, he buy food, he go to where they do campaign, do everything. I will say Nigeria is a mistake. Maybe if it's in somewhere, maybe they will work it out. You don't know the reason. Allah knows the wisdom behind making you Nigeria. Maybe if we are not, maybe someone like me, like I'm not in Nigeria, I might not even be a Muslim. Then you are created in one place and you don't have faith. What's the purpose of creation? If you are created to this world and you die and go to hellfire, then what is the purpose of your creation? This world, the entire world is not up to a day in sight of Allah. Because they said, according to Ayah, it's 1,000 what that makes a day. So if you now spend all your time in this world, and all the years you spend in this world, it's not up to a day in sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you die, you go to hellfire. That means all your entire life is suffering. I think it's better for you to think positively in whatever you are. The one of the virtue of Islam is what? Everything that happens to a Muslim is supposed to be an advantage. Everything is supposed to be an advantage. That's what Prophet said. He says, only believer that everything that comes upon him is what? Is good. When it's tested, he's patient. When it's gifted, he show gratitude. The two become what? They become rahmah for him. If he's tested, he's patient, he becomes rahmah. If he's gifted, he give gratitude, he becomes rahmah. There are only believer that will do this. Not somebody that is going to regret, or somebody will curse his father. Say, Kai, I don't know how God make me your son. You are not supposed to be my father because he's poor. So you now distance Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all kind of weaknesses. Allah is pure, Allah will remain pure. Then assalamu ala nabi, salutation upon the prophet. Wa rahmatullahi, and the rahmah of Allah, wa barakatuhu, and the blessings of Allah. Assalamu alayna, and all peace of Allah be upon me, you the reciter now. Wa ala ibadallahi salihin, and upon all the righteous people of what? Of Allah. All the righteous servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have prayed for them. You now say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. You now intensify your what? Your tawheed. That's why it is difficult for anybody who does not do shirk as a Muslim, and you cannot call him not Muslim, except if you do open shirk, because every tayyah he will do at least one what? He will testify to the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at least once. Instead of Subhi, now he has done Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. In Zuhr, he will do 2. In Asr, he will do 2. In Maghrib, he will do 2. In Isha, he will do 2. We are not calculating the nawafils now. We calculate the compulsory prayer. So in this compulsory prayer, he must do what? He must testify to the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, how will this person go to hellfire? How will this person go to hellfire? Somebody that every day he must testify to the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Except if he does not know again. After he did tashahhud in masjid, as he's going outside, he thinks his grandmother is his problem. Maybe he has failed exam, and he assumes his stepmother is the one that make him to fail exam. So the testimony he has given for you now. As he go home, he destroy it by just mere thinking. He thinks his grandfather, his grandmother, his stepmother, his stepbrothers are the source of his problem. He gave all the misfortune to people. So this is where the problem is. So testifying, saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah does not suffice this far. There must be an action. There must be what? An i'tiqad in our testimony. We keep repeating this because of the importance. Wallahi, any malam who say he has an alternative way other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I swear, I swear. Anybody who tell you that he knows one of your grandfather or your grandma or your stepbrother or your brother that is the problem, that is your problem, I swear that I will do you. Or somebody that will just wake up in the morning every Sunday or every Friday, you will go to one bush and sleep there. Say it's looking for miracle. You are deceiving yourself. As you are saying now, fi sabilillah, if you go to governor house now and you have opportunity to see the governor and you say Rankai Dedesa, may God distance you from this. You now begin to raise praises on the governor of my time, the governor of all governors, the only governor who can stand his foot when people are shaking. He does not shake. The only governor who stands by his waist, the only governor who do this, do that. He said, if you are living there, what will he give you? Will he say you should be arrested? What will he give you? He will ask you, what is your qualification? You say, I have masters in this. Say, give him commissioner. Is that what he's supposed to do? Yes. Now, are you telling me that mankind that you just give lie He might not even know. He doesn't read your mind. Though. Mankind cannot read your mind. He can only assume it. Are you sure this man is speaking the truth? Are you sure he's not doing hypocrite? He can only assume this, but he will still give you prize because of you have praised him. Fi sabilillah. Are you now telling us now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala you praise like this now will now leave you for somebody to come and harm you? If you praise Allah in Subi prayer, you do this in Zuhr prayer, you do this in Asr prayer, you do this in Isha prayer, you do this. Are you fi sabilillah? Are you telling me that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will leave you? Allah will not leave you alive. The moment you start suffering from people's hand, you should remember you have left Allah. Wallahi. Nobody, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created outside problem. Nobody is been created, and they said when they created him, they took all problem away from him. Nobody. If this is possible, the person that would have gained it is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Was he tested? Was Prophet Muhammad tested? Of course he's tested. Was Anabi Ibrahim a.s. tested? Of course he's tested. Was Isa a.s. tested? Of course he's tested. Every messenger of Allah, every prophet of Allah was tested. So if prophets of Allah, those who even have access to speak with Allah, like Musa a.s. was tested. Fi sabilillah. Are you saying you that you believe in Allah will not be tested? So if you are tested, you should know it is test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for you to begin to think otherwise. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us aright. Now in that say, Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi salihin. Peace be upon me and upon the righteous servants of Allah. In that say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I testify there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. And I testify Prophet Muhammad is servant and also is what? Is messenger. The highest rank, the highest position, the highest honor you give to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is call him who? Abduhu wa rasuluh. Any other position or rank you want to give Prophet outside this one, wallahi, it's just they call it al-madu. It's madi. It is nothing but what? But madu. The highest is what? Abduhu wa rasuluh. And this statement, Abdullahi wa Rasulullahi, is a rejoinder to two mubtadi', two wrong believers. That's Yahud and Nasara. If you said Prophet Muhammad is Abdu, you have taken him away from son, because he says he's a servant. You have taken him away from son. Then if you said Rasul, you have taken him away from God. I know this is two belief of what? The Christians and the Jew. The Christians believe that their messenger is who? Is the Son of God. So now you say Prophet is Abdu. You have taken him away from what? From being a son. But if you say somebody cannot be a slave to his father, Abi? Even if the father enslaved him, originally it's not what? It's not a slave. Abi? Even if the father has turned him to slave, is the one that do slavery work in the house. Originally it's not what? It's not a slave. So when you say somebody is Abdu, it means you have taken it away from what? From being a son. Then if you say somebody is a messenger, that means you have taken it away from what? From being a Lord now. It cannot be God. Because it's what? It's the messenger of God. So by the time you say Prophet Muhammad is Abduhu wa Rasuluhu, you have taken it away from God, and you are taking it away from what? From being a son of God. Are we now getting there? So that is why Prophet what he loved most is what? Abdullahi wa Rasulullah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are not actually teaching Tawheed. Maybe if we get there, if we remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the wisdom to put more on this one. Now, وَيُصَلِّي بَعْدَهُ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ. Then after that, after this, وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. Then you now do what? You now do salawatu ala nabi. You have to now do salatu ala nabi. Izala. Our Izala brothers that they said they don't do salat, they don't do salawat upon Prophet. They have the sunnah. We don't do salat upon Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if you don't do this, we should know that the Ahlul Sunnah believe in salawat ala nabi, except those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do not give the knowledge of understanding it now. Except if you have your aqidah differently, then you do not do salat ala nabi, you are your own. Not because the sunnah or the Ahlul Sunnah does not do this. Every Ahlul Sunnah must do it. After tahiyyah, you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. And you can choose to be, sometimes you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita wa barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. This is salawat ala nabi. You are expected to do it in your tahiyyah. So that means Ahlul Sunnah is expected to do tahiyyah at least once in Salatul Subhi, 2 in Salatul Zuhr, 2 in Salatul Asr, 2 in Salatul Maghrib, 2 in Salatul Isha. That's how many? That's almost 13 ko? Because we have 2, 2, 4. No, that's 9. 9. Right? 2, 2, 2 times 4, we have 8, we then have 1. At least an Ahlul Sunnah, at least an Ahlul Sunnah will do what? Salawat ala Nabi at least 9 times a day. At least. So this is a rejoinder to those who said Izala people do Salat ala Nabi. It's not correct. They must do this in every of their prayer. In fact, is there anybody who do Salat ala Nabi like Ahlul Sunnah? Except you're not Ahlul Sunnah. Because Salat ala Nabi is praises. Salawat is praises. Isn't it? If it's praises, every Ahlul Sunnah, when they call to prayer, he must do Allahumma Rabba Azidatu Tamma wa Salat al-Qa'ima Atil Muhammad al-Wasila wal-Fadila wa Darajat al-Rafi'a wa Ba'atha Makan Mahmudan al-Ladhi wa'atta. He must do this. If you are Ahlul Sunnah, that's why there's no Ahlul Sunnah that is an ignorant, except if you want to be. Wallahi, if you touch an Ahlul Sunnah child of 10 years, he will tell you all the possible ascars. Wallahi, 10 years. An Ahlul Sunnah, the father is Ahlul Sunnah, and that child is going to Islamia of Ahlul Sunnah of 10 years. Wallahi, he will tell you all the possible ascars. Ascar to enter toilet, ascar to come out from toilet, ascar when he wake up from sleep, ascar when he enter masjid, ascar when he go out of masjid, ascar, wallahi. Fi sabilillah. Where is the salawat ala nabi? It's not possible, wallahi. So anybody who is blindfolded that Ahlul Sunnah does not do salawat ala nabi, they are only deceiving him. We do salawat ala nabi as much as we can, as many as we can. Wallahi, as many as we can. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from us of ibadah. Now, these are the salawat ala nabi that is expected to be done after our what? Our tahiyyah, our tashahhud. We are expected to do this. We have discussed it so many times on salawat al-nabi, how important and how compulsory it is. It was a commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we should do salawat al-nabi. Allah said, Inna Allah wa malaikatuhu yusalluna ala-nabi. That Allah and His angels, they do salawat ala-nabi. This one is what? It's khabar. It's an information now. Inna Allah wa malaikatu yusalluna ala nabi is what? Is an information. The when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come back to we now, he now make it commandment. He said, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. This one now become what? This one now become what? Al-amr. This one is amr. But inna Allah wa malaikatuhu yusalluna ala nabi is what? Is an information. Verily, Allah and his messenger, Allah and his angels, they praise Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is khabar now. It's an information. Allah now said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, all you who believe. He says salute. He now make it compulsory upon you that salute is now become what? It now become amr. It now become command. So now you that you are commanded, and you say you will not do, you say you are not doing, then it means you are going against the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So wallahi, without doubt, without fear or favor, Ahl Sunnah does salawat ala Nabi, except we do the one, we stand where we are asked to stand. We don't cross boundary. We don't cross boundary. That is the difference now. We do only salawat that we think, or that we have recorded, or that has been recorded. It is the salawat ala Nabi. So the one that is not, it was not said by Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we don't do. If you said this, you are correct. You are correct, because we will not eat our cock until it is slaughtered. We eat what is what? What is righteous. We eat that which is slaughtered according to Sharia. We don't eat anyhow meat. That is the difference between we and others. So if anybody who says we don't do salat and we say no, I know they do the way you do. But say we don't do at all, it's not correct online. It's not correct. We do as much as we can. Now the Imam said, ثم يتخير في هذه التشهد من الدعاء الورد أعجبه إليه. Then after this salawat al Nabi, you now choose any kind of dua that you think you need, the one that you need. After atahiyya and salawat al-nabi, those are the conditions of prayer. One of the conditions of acceptance of prayer is what? One, you praise Allah first. Two, you praise you do praise, you send salutation to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then the door of acceptance of prayer will be open. Then you now ask Allah for anything, inshallah Allah will grant you. So if you are praying and your prayer is not accepted, check. Do you do praises? Do you praise Allah? Do you do salat? Do you do salutation upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam before you pray? Or you just go and say, just stand up and say, Allah give me car, Allah give me money. No, that is not. There is adab. There is etiquette of prayers. One of the conditions of acceptance of prayer is what? You praise Allah. You choose one of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and praise Him. And mark you. Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Alim, Ya Alim, Ya Alim, Ya Fatah, Ya Fatah, Ya Fatah. They are names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are not prayer. The prayer is what? After you say Ya Alimu, Ya Alimu, you say oh Alimuni. If you say Ya Alim, they will give you reward. Ya Alim, Ya Alim, they will give you reward. But you have not asked. You have not asked. There's some people that will go to, they will take themselves to one place and they will give them say Ya Salam, Ya Salam. They will use Ya Salam on countable. They will then give them water. They do not ask for anything. They will come back home and say they are giving them holy water. I don't know where the holy water comes from. Somebody will recite Ya Salam, Ya Salam, Ya Salam, Ya Salam, Ya Salam. You will not ask for anything. It's Ya Salam, you will be talking until it close. Or Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman. You will close. You will now stand up and come home and say you have done you have done dua. You have not done dua. You have done what they call azkar. Allah bakalada. But after the azkar, you have praised Allah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Fatah, Al-Latifu, Ar-Razaku, Al-Alimu. You have praised Allah with His names. Now, you now ask that, oh Allah, open the way, Ya Fatahu, Aftahli Abwa wa Rahmatik. Ya Fatahu, Oh, you, the door opener, open the door of wealth for me. Now you have asked Allah with his what? With his attribute. But you are going to sit and say, Ya Fatah, Ya Fatah, Ya Fatah, Ya Fatah, and stand up and go. Allah will give you the word of doing Al-Fatah, of praising Al-Fatah. But you have not asked. Ya Alimu, Ya Alimu, Ya Alimu, Ya Alimu. You don't say Alimini. You don't talk to. Or if you cannot say it in Arabic, you say, oh, Ya Alimu. Allah will, because of your name, Al-Alim, give me knowledge. But you say, Ya Alimu, Ya Alimu, Ya Alimu, and stand up and go. You have not prayed. You have not prayed. So you must ask Allah for his favor. You must ask Allah for his favor before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you. Because Allah said, Allah has beautiful names. Then you should call Allah with them. You call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with his beautiful names. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you what you request. Now Madonna said, then you now choose among the prayers that you think they are what? That are pressing, all the things that you need. Then you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will actually grant you what you requested. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us our good request. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala distance us from our things that are going to be harmful to us and harmful to our faith. Whatever we say that is wrong, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. Whatever we say that is correct, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count it among our good on the day of Qiyamah. If there's any question, observation, correction, inshallah, you're welcome. Assalamu alaikum.